Ever wondered why gold moves the way it does and how gold is going to move the coming week? Let me explain. The video that follows will tell you exactly that.
Over the weekend of July 11th, a fresh exchange of escalating U.S.-Iran strikes sent global crude oil prices surging higher. Faced with sudden Middle East instability, retail traders historically buy spot gold. The expectation relies on a textbook safe haven reaction, assuming geopolitical risk will automatically drive capital into precious metals. This bar chart shows the opposite occurred. Instead of a haven rally, gold suffered a $100 collapse. The losses were concentrated: a 1.86% sell-off on Monday and a 2.09% drop on Thursday drove the asset to its weakest level since November 2025. This disconnect suggests the textbook understanding of gold as a geopolitical hedge is incomplete. To understand why the price collapsed while tensions rose, we have to examine the specific financial forces that move the needle. We are going to conduct a day-by-day autopsy of the week's price action to isolate the specific macroeconomic drivers that overrode the headlines. Professional trading requires separating the dominant interest rate channel from the noisy, often misleading geopolitical narrative. This line chart maps the hourly closes for spot gold. By looking at the complete timeline, we can pinpoint institutional sell-offs. Monday is characterized by a relentless bleed from the open. Thursday mirrors this with a sharp slump, bottoming near $3,962 on Friday. The geopolitical news triggered a macroeconomic chain reaction. Surging oil prices fed immediate inflation fears, forcing the Fed into maintaining a hawkish policy stance. This stance exerts direct pressure. The 10-year Treasury yield anchored near 4.6%, while the dollar index held around 101. Gold pays no yield. When risk-free government bonds pay 4.6%, holding a non-paying asset becomes too expensive for institutional portfolios. In this environment, the war premium vanishes. Institutional capital prioritizes yield over fear, as the mathematical reality of elevated interest rates dictates position sizing far more than regional conflicts ever do. This proves that geopolitical shocks driving up energy prices can actually pressure gold lower if central banks respond by keeping real interest rates elevated. Returning to the hourly line chart, one day breaks the downward trend. A single sharp green spike in the middle of our autopsy shows Tuesday's action. A 1.34% surge briefly pushed spot prices to the week's absolute high of $4,099. This spike correlates exactly with the release of the U.S. Consumer Price Index. June CPI cooled to 3.5%, with core prices flat on the month. The soft inflation print had an immediate policy implication. It instantly took the probability of a July rate hike off the table. Falling hike expectations mechanically dropped the value of the dollar. Since gold is priced in dollars, a weaker dollar makes the metal cheaper everywhere else, instantly sparking global buying. Tuesday's conviction vanished by Wednesday. The moment the dollar steadied and PPI data failed to accelerate the disinflation narrative, the rally died and prices stagnated. Scheduled macroeconomic data that actively shifts Federal Reserve probabilities creates instant directional conviction. That data overrides the background geopolitical narrative every single time. Fundamental drivers require liquidity to translate into price action. Consequently, gold does not trend evenly throughout a 24-hour cycle. This histogram measures the average hourly price range of gold, mapped onto the UK clock schedule. It shows exactly when volume and volatility heat up and cool down. Notice the massive expansion in hourly range that triggers at exactly 1300 UK time. This peak is structural. It marks the intersection of scheduled U.S. economic data releases and the deep liquidity of the London and New York banking overlap. Both Tuesday's CPI shock and Thursday's heavy retail and jobless claims cluster landed perfectly within this prime liquidity window. The prime window commands an average hourly range of $44. By 2200, that range collapses to a $4 trickle. To survive these prime windows, traders rely on the average true range. This chart measures the daily true range across the 5 trading days. The 5-day ATR establishes a $91 baseline. Look at Thursday. The price traveled $93 intraday. Trading during thin Asian hours lacks the volume to sustain breakouts. Conversely, Placing tight $10 stops during the US overlap guarantees you will be stopped out by normal market noise before the real trend develops. Even the most accurate fundamental setup will result in losses if executed in a liquidity vacuum, or if you fail to calibrate stops properly. Looking back at the weekly hourly chart, we need to analyze the final day of price action. Friday features a distinct V-shaped recovery off the bottom. This recovery is driven by macro-technical confluence. At the $3,962 mark, several independent market forces aligned. 3 specific signals triggered a mechanical wave of buying. Price hit a multi-month historical floor. It tested the psychological $4,000 line, and momentum indicators reached an extreme oversold state. Beneath those 3 signals lies a 4th layer. Structural demand from central banks and global ETFs waits persistently at these discounts, providing a hard floor. A V-shaped bounce at a major support level is often just mechanical short covering driven by confluence. It should not be mistaken for a fundamental change in the trend. As we project into the upcoming week, the trading environment alters. The Federal Reserve enters its pre-FOMC blackout period. With no Fed speakers allowed on the circuit, rate expectations will drift without official guidance. The primary catalysts narrow down to 2 inputs: Friday's Tier 1 Flash Purchasing Managers Index data and unscheduled headlines regarding oil and Iran. The risk profile is highly asymmetric. The math of interest rates applies constant downward pressure, but a genuine unforeseen geopolitical shock could instantly flip the Haven switch back on, invalidating the rate logic. Technically, the ceiling is well defined. As long as price action remains below the $4,055 mark, rallies are structurally vulnerable to selling. The evidence from this week's price action leads to a final rule. Until the US dollar index breaks below 100 or Treasury yields visibly soften, the broader macro trend favors the downside. Professional gold trading requires constant, ruthless alignment between the macro rate bias, the daily liquidity windows, and the structural technical floors.
Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to get information on gold as well as other market information every day, why not get my daily edge? It's in the links below, and get this delivered to your door every day, every week. Cheers, guys.